What's up everyone, Loyalty Ski back with another video. Today we are checking out a Big Tug video. We're gonna take a break from gaming for right now and do a Big Tug video. This is what makes dollar stores so cheap. If you enjoy the video, like, subscribe, follow me on my Instagram and Facebook, and let's get into it. Hold up, there we go.
Welcome to the fantabulous world of Extra Tug, full of educational and children-friendly content. That's definitely what this is, so come on in. It's only $4 a month, and it's a lot of fun perks. Chris, why would you put that on the screen? You're ruining it.
There we go.
Dwayne Reed, or Walmart, or Target, or perhaps BJ's. Do you guys love BJ's?
I've never even been in a BJ's. What's in there?
I love BJ's. That's a real store in New England, and it's very popular, but holy shit, how did they not see that
sense.
marketing-wise? But the biggest
That makes
retailer
sense.
in the U.S. by number of stores is actually Dollar General. In fact, there are
Really?
more dollar stores in America than every Walmart, Target, McDonald's, and Starbucks.
To be honest, I think that's good though, that there's more Dollar Trees, because say if you got like fucking $5, you ain't gonna get shit out of like a Walmart or Target. Dollar Trees, like it's good that there's more Dollar Trees than there is like Walmarts and stuff, because America, they're not rich. I'm just gonna say that.
Combined. Who doesn't love going down to the dollar store and picking up a new flavor of Faygo? Look, they got cotton candy flavor for only 25
I have never tried Faygo.
cents. A fitting price for such a disgusting abomination. Oh no, it's not 25 cents, it's $1.25.
Dude, I hate that too, dude. I don't care if I'm pausing. Dude, why did they change, I guess inflation, but like, it used to be $1. Now they changed it to a fucking $1.25. Hell, half the shit in Dollar General, it's not even $1. It's like $5 for some stuff. It depends on what you get, but some stuff costs like $7. It doesn't make sense.
Well, that's a little it's a dollar store. Why are we going over $1? What for a Faygo? What the f? I just don't get how you're gonna lie about selling things for $1 and then not only that, sell me something that should be literally a nickel. It's cotton candy Faygo and you're gonna charge $1.25 for that?
Welcome
Have
to
some
America.
credibility. But that's just the thing. Hardly anything in the dollar store
Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. $7, $10, that's what I was talking about.
actually cost $1 anymore. They're all liars. They all sell things more than $1 and it's in their name. It's damn right unconstitutional. It's like if you found out I had a super small penis. I mean, my name's Big Tug. I gotta be
Pause.
packing down there. Start a rumor that I'm packing down there. And honestly, I can't
Pause.
think of one good reason why the dollar store would need to charge more than $1. Inflation? That's made up. Print more money. But still, with prices so
To be honest, what is inflation? Like, maybe I'm just stupid, but like, what is inflation? What even causes it?
relatively low, it's no wonder that studies show nearly 90% of Americans have shopped at a dollar store in the last year alone. However, other research suggests that as many as 36% of shoppers use these stores at least 3 times a month. And between 2008 and
honest,
2020,
I don't diss on dollar stores because there was a lot of stuff. Like, they have good food. Basically, like, that's why I like them. But also, it's a lot of knockoff brands, but sometimes knockoffs, they taste exactly the same as the original.
food sales at these stores nearly doubled. Now, is it because that's really sad because financial times hit hard and we had to get our meat at a dollar store? Yes, that's why it happened, I would assume. But man, come on down for the steakums, kids. We got it at the dollar store. You just know it's poison. Every line in that is poison. So not only are dollar stores everywhere, but they're
That doesn't even look edible.
quickly becoming a consistent component of the American diet. During a 2020 earnings call, Dollar General CEO Ted Vasso said, "We do very good in good times, and we do fabulous in bad times." He loves the pores, Teddy. Honestly, if everything's going so good all the time, sounds like you could probably afford to keep your shit under $1 there, Ted. But considering today's dollar is worth 47% less than it was 25 years ago, Ted's fabulous bad time seems to be here to stay. Tug, let's
To be honest, I don't really blame the stores for making everything like $1.25. I think the reason they do that is so they can even afford to keep the store open. Like, if it costed $1 and people bought everything for $1, I don't think the stores would have enough money to keep the business open. I think that's why they're making everything more expensive, is since everything is more expensive, houses, gas, everything. That's the only way they can afford to keep the stores open, is if they charge $1.25 or like $7.
It's time to dig between the cushions of your couch and find the spare change, because today we're taking a trip to the dollar store and we're gonna figure out what the hell's going on over there. And also, do people find change between the cushions anymore? I mean, I haven't had a couch good enough to have cushions.
You asked for more ways to create, so we made a major update. Sleeve printing is now live.
Don't kill.
It's usually one slate of fabric. And even then, I mean, do people have loose change in their pockets anymore? I remember going between the cushions and getting ice cream money for the ice cream truck when I was a child. Kids don't have
God,
that
oh
anymore.
my
Chris,
God. Dude, does the ice cream truck even still run? Dude, I know I'm pausing like a bitch, but I'm gonna stop.
Go to the next segment whenever
But
you
I wonder, is there even an ice cream truck that still goes?
want. I'm just going to be talking about the ice cream man for a while. The roots of discount retail stretch back so far that they predate the era when a dollar was considered cheap. It's hard to think about now, but there was a time in America when a crisp George Washington was actually worth something and not filling up space in your pockets. What are you going to get for $1 nowadays? A cow tail? Chris, put up a picture of a cow tail. They're delicious, but they're fucking
A piece of bubblegum.
disgusting. Back in 1788, a dollar was worth $30.
Really?
You think... I don't get money. How can that be true? Which is why the first discount stores were actually called 5 and 10 cent stores. Hey, nah, you see? The first of which was created in 1878 by the most 1878 name I've ever heard in my life, Frank Winfield Woolworth. Holy shit, that is an entrepreneur. Woolworth did live up to his name, however, becoming wildly successful by creating the first 5 and dime stores. The business model was so lucrative that it was quickly duplicated by other stores, spawning some of America's first chains, including what would eventually become the 20th century retail giant Kmart. Remember Kmart? That's why I said 20th century giant, because that shit not around no more. They failed spectacularly. Maybe on
Wait, dude, I swear I saw a Kmart. I've seen Kmart. Am I thinking of something else? I swear I've seen Kmart.
I'll make a video about that one day, but we're going to be talking about the dollar store today. But of all the 5 and dimes, none were as successful or as influential as the 20th century Ben Franklin stores. Now, naming your store after a founding father is a bold move, especially when you're picking Benny Franklin, because that dude was a pervert. I mean, not only did he invent lightning rods, bifocals, and glass instruments played with wet fingers called the harmonica, but Franklin wasn't just inventing things, he was also a cocksmith. The dude loved him some French... He loved a French more than he loved this country. So in his honor, we decided as a country to get together and name a cheap little fucking store after him. And I'm sure he would be thrilled if he lived to see the day. Ben Franklin stores were everywhere. At the company's peak, they operated 2,500 locations. And in 1945, a World War II veteran named Sam Walton bought a Ben Franklin in Newport, Arkansas. The store was sold to Franklin for $25,000, and the sellers apparently were quoted as saying, "This dude's buying a lemon." That's not a direct quote. They wouldn't say this dude, but they did call the store a lemon. If you don't know what a lemon is, it's something that's right out the gate and he's probably gonna fail. But what nobody saw coming was the business IQ of this fucking shell-shocked war veteran. In 3 years, Walton's annual sales topped $250,000, which in today's money is about a trillion billion jabinka joints, because that's a lot of money back then. Eventually, Walton struck out on his own, creating a little store called Walmart. That's right, the basic principles of Walmart, one of the world's largest retail...
Dude, yeah, Walmart, like, dude, I like Walmart. I shop there all the time. One, it's cheap. Not as cheap as Dollar Tree, of course, but you can buy a lot of shit.
Were fine-tuned in the dollar
I'm talking like you guys don't know what Walmart is.
store, where Walton learned the pricing, merchandising, and layouts that would influence the Walmart model. And you guys know the Walmart model. It's perfect. You get the candy at the checkout aisles. You sell guns in cages next to baby formula. It's perfect.
I never understood that. Why do they fucking sell guns at Walmart? Why? Why would they sell a gun at Walmart? I don't get it. They used to even, I don't know if you guys remember, they used to sell goldfish. I don't know if they still sell them. I don't think they do, but you used to be able to go to Walmart to buy a goldfish.
It's America. But it isn't just Walmart that claims roots in the Ben Franklin stores. This shit was wildly influential, turns out. In 1953, a Ben Franklin was purchased by K.R. Perry, whose son would eventually take up the family business by opening up a Dollar Tree in 1986. Remember the Dollar Tree? It's the whole point of the video. I've been ignoring that. I can't fucking write a script for the fuck of me, but I'm glad I hope you've been enjoying this. Hope you get all your fun facts. I am burnt out, guys. I can't do this forever. But it was 3 decades earlier in the 1950s when dollar stores began to take the shape we recognize today. Dollar General opened up in Springfield, Kentucky in 1955, and
dude, I prefer Dollar Generals over Dollar Trees. 100%.
Family Dollar of Charlotte, North Carolina followed just 4 years later. Dollar General expanded to 29 stores and was doing annual sales of $5 million just 2 years after opening. And Family Dollar opened up 100 stores in its first decade, and then they opened up another 100.
I've only been to one Family Dollar. I don't think I've ever really been to a Family Dollar to like more than 5 minutes.
Stores just a year after that. They were booming, exponential growth. Chris put up a chart. The 50s facilitated their spread because of the growth of the American suburbs and small towns after World War II. Dollar stores filled that gap of affordable and convenient shopping. Come on down, we're selling hams today. Plus, big box stores like Walmart, they weren't even existing yet. You had to wait a decade for that shit. And even when they did, they tended to grow at a slower pace. But this was the genius of the dollar store, and the reason they spread across the country like a weed. They require so little overhead, gang. So little overhead. Their buildings, inventories, and employees are a fraction of those needed by regular retail shops. Because I'll let you in on a little secret, okay? If you have an entire store dedicated to shit that costs less than $1, you can only imagine how little that costs to actually produce and sell. They were making a crazy margin on all this shit. Smaller footprints allows them to thrive in communities often overlooked by bigger retailers and places where it isn't practicable or profitable to run a Walmart. And these places that I just described also happen to be full of the most desirable clientele for the dollar store. The poors. Dollar General CEO Ted Vasso says that their average customer is a woman in a dual income household that earns less than $40,000 before taxes, yikes, and has only about $800 of disposable income per year. It's not a great situation.
Damn, I'm glad he's honest, but damn, it sounds like he's shitting on them more than stating facts.
To be in. This makes much of rural America a prime spot for their industry. However, 75% of Americans nowadays do live within a 5-mile radius of a dollar store. So how does that amount of expansion make sense with the average demographic of a discount shopper? These dollar stores aren't just in the shanty towns, they're in nice suburbs, and they're around the rich people. So how's that going down? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of show where I bring up the fact that shit's pretty bad right now, and it's been pretty bad for a while, and it doesn't look like it's getting better. The rich people are born out.
Really?
I would say it's like having another producer in the room that knows exactly what your song needs. This is co-producer. The fastest way.
We're A Pew study found out that in 1971, 61% of Americans lived in middle-class households, which earned 2/3 of all income. And in 2023, only 51% of Americans were middle class, which earned less than half of all income. And I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers out here. It gets a little confusing when you start thinking about how bad things actually are, but they're important in this discussion because you can quote me on this. Chris put up on the screen, numbers are business. That's the first thing they teach you in business school. You like numbers? Because that's business. What I'm saying is the middle class is shrinking, and that's a great thing for people who own dollar stores. To quote Vasso, as this economy continues to chug along and create more of our core customer, Jesus Christ, that's so dark, I think there's going to be more and more opportunities for us to get in and build more stores. That's so up. I'm sure we're thinking of it in the wrong context. I'm sure he's talking to people who aren't poor, but oh my god. And this leads us to the consequences of the dollar store strategy. While they often like to position themselves as businesses that do good for the community by helping consumers stretch their dollar while providing access to shopping in underserved areas, they actually play a role in destroying local communities, and we're going to talk about that. As dollar stores aggressively expand, they're no longer just filling in needs for rural towns and small suburbs, they're competing with local grocery stores and effectively wiping them out. Dollar stores often open up right next door to local businesses, and you can't compete with someone selling a $1.25 cotton candy Faygo. Reports suggest that it's typical for mom and pop sales to drop by roughly 15 to 30% after a dollar store opens, driving many of them out of business. Studies have found a substantial decline in the number of grocers within a 2-mile radius of new dollar stores, which lead to food deserts. And that's when an area it's really hard to get good, healthy food, so they have to go to like 7-Eleven and buy donuts in order to survive. It's a big issue, and dollar stores contributing to that. And the cycle continues as fewer grocery stores mean more business for dollar stores, leading to more dollar stores opening, destroying even more grocery stores. So at this point, I know...
To be honest, so... I kind of have to disagree because I feel like since most Dollar Generals sell groceries like pieces and stuff, even though it's half the time knockoff brands, you can be able to shop at say if you was to shop at Dollar General and shop for everything, like a buggy, it would probably be at most $60, most likely $60 or $70. If you go to Walmart or something, that for a gallon of milk it costs $5, but at a dollar store it probably costs maybe $3, I would say. I would have to look that up. But like, I don't think it's bad, because if you need your groceries, shopping at a Dollar General would be good because it's cheaper. It's not like you have to spend $5 on a gallon of milk. You know what I mean?
What you're asking yourself, Tucker, is this all this bad stuff you're talking about? Is this all worth the savings? Is this worth the $1.25 Faygo, which is the only item I currently know that?
Also, dude, I'm sorry for pausing again. So I gotta tell you guys a story. We went to Kroger's. We used like a coupon. They are taxing people to use coupons. If you use a coupon, you're getting taxed double for that. Like, they charge you for using a coupon pretty much. It's ridiculous.
Sells at dollar stores. But honestly, that question might be a little bit of a moot point. Dollar stores have a penny pinching reputation that's made them a favorite among thrifty and low income households, but that reputation might actually not be warranted. After all, if you think about it, these stores are making an insane amount of money. In 2024,
Yeah, exactly. They're making an insane amount of money, but they pay the workers like shit. I was looking at Indeed, and it said like to work at a Dollar General, you make like $7 an hour. What the fuck is that?
General's net sales topped $40 billion, while Dollar Tree raked in $17.6 billion, and Family Dollar made $13.25 billion. How could a business that keeps inventory so cheap make so much goddamn money? Guys, they do it by doing what everyone else does. They f*** over the customers. It's so simple. Why didn't I think of it? One of the most common tactics dollar stores use to increase profit margins is shrinkflation. A very chuggy term, a very millennial term, but it's actually real, so we gotta pay attention to it. The term was coined in 2009 to describe the practice of charging the same amount of money for a product while slightly shrinking its size. Studies find that consumers are less likely to stop buying a product due to shrinkflation than due to a price increase. And they might not even notice a smaller Snickers bar. It might be a quarter-inch smaller. I wasn't paying attention, so give it to them. They don't give a f***. But shrinkflation...
I don't even think it's just Dollar General. Even if you try to buy chips from Walmart, it's like 50% ale, 50%, like 40% chips. I hate it. It's not just Dollar General, it's everywhere.
Explains why many consumers might not realize that in 2022, Gatorade changed the side of its standard bottle from 32 ounces to 28 ounces. Gatorade! Come on now, I need that lemon juice, I need that yellow juice in my body when I get a cold. But unfortunately, shrinkflation is a strategy that dollar stores use to exploit the vulnerability of their primary customer base. Now, considering practices like shrinkflation are going on, it's kinda hard to think about if you're actually saving any money shopping at these stores. And that's why we came up with a brand new game to help you navigate the discounts in the dollar store aisle. It's time to play Deal or No Deal. That cannot be right. That's already taken, Jimmy. You f***ed that up. I can't say that. That's a f***ing copyright. Alright, that's why we're playing a brand new game called Thrifty or Shitty. Well, I can't say that over and over. I'm gonna get demonetized. Thrifty or Shifty? You dropped the ball on this one, Jimmy. The rules are simple. I'll show you a dollar store item, and then you get to decide whether it'd be cheaper to just get it at a local grocery store. And it probably is, because I love the deals down at Market Basket. More product placement. Go to Market Basket. They f***ed over Demula, but the deals are still there. All right, number one. Challenge number one. Mayo. Put it on the screen, Chris. Got a jar of mayo. This 8-ounce jar of Kraft Real Mayo sounds like a steal at $1.20.
Let me see. I know usually at, like, if you went to Kroger's, say Kroger's, that right there would probably be at least $3. So I'll say a Dollar Tree.
5, which equals about 15.625 cents per ounce. Holy, what a steal. But honestly, I've never heard of mayo coming in an 8-ounce increment, so I'm already confused and a little bit suspicious. I also hate how it immediately labels itself as real. I know they're trying to differentiate themselves from mayo, what's that shit? Miracle Whip, which is disgusting, but I hate when anyone put, like, made with real sugar.
This is how I use Grammarly as a medical student. I use Grammarly's AI chat to brainstorm. It gives me prompts and starting ideas.
I f***ing hope. What kind of fake sugar can you use? I don't know. Calling it real mayo makes it seem like it's a naturally occurring element on this earth instead of being whipped up with a shit ton of oil and eggs. Like, it doesn't grow on a tree, gang. It's not... real is a big word. Okay, so it's time to decide, Tuglets. Thrifty or shifty? Survey says a 30-ounce jar of mayonnaise runs about $40 at my local grocery store, which comes in at about 13.3 cents an ounce. Which some of you geniuses out there would notice that is less than the number I said earlier about the dollar store mayo. So you're getting f***ed. Even though it seems cheaper, you're just buying less. All right.
Really? I did not even know that.
Number 2.
And also, I guess it depends on what mayo you buy, because it's with everything. Like, if you try to buy peanut butter, There's like fucking 50 of them, like Jif's peanut butter, protein peanut. There's like 50 fucking brands of peanut butter. Why? Why can't there be like 2 brands, a healthy and a non-healthy kind? Why is there like 50 fucking brands of peanut butter? It's fucking peanut butter.
Thousand Island dressing. I'm pretty sure that's what they put on Big Macs. I've never had it on a salad. Again, we have an example of a weirdly small bottle, with this dressing again costing $1.25 for an 8-ounce bottle, or 15.625 per ounce, whatever cents, whatever. We got that. It's cheap. So anyway, thrifty or shifty? Answer.
Thrifty.
It's a little weird, actually. For complete transparency, the 8-ounce bottle available at the dollar store was Kraft, a name brand. And with that in mind, my local grocery store carries a 16-ounce bottle of Kraft Thousand Island for $4.29, which is approximately 26.8 cents per ounce. And that would make the dollar store version of this thrifty. However, if you're already shopping at the dollar store, I don't think a name brand is much of a concern, in which case you can get a generic Thousand Island for $2.49 or 15.5 cents per ounce, which makes the dollar store version of Thousand Island dressing shifty. So I guess you just gotta pay attention to, you gotta bring a calculator to the store, which is so fun when I'm shopping at a discount store.
Oh, yeah. This like fucking peanut butter. Let me see. Like, dude, what? You just bring a fucking calculator and be like,
Challenge number 3, ramen. The cheapest thing on earth. I remember back when these were 29 cents a packet. I don't know what happened to this country. Ramen is pretty much the cheapest way to keep yourself alive on this planet, so
yeah. But to be honest, when it comes to ramen, I like the ones that come in the cup, not the ones you have to like put in a bowl. I like the ones that already come in the cup.
I was a little surprised to see this stuff at the dollar store charging $1.50 per pack. That is so much money. You just buy a can of soup for that. But it's a 5-pack, so if you do the math, each one's only about 30 cents, and that's a screaming
That is a pretty good deal. Like, it would be different if it was just 1 pack, but the fact that you're getting like 5 packs in one for like $1.50,
good deal for a bowl of soup. But ramen noodles occupy a weird space in the culinary world. The type you make at home is incredibly unhealthy, accounting for 72% of your recommended sodium intake per package. And the kind you get at a restaurant melts in your mouth, and it's the best thing
I like the Chinese ones. I can't think of it, but I don't think they have them at the Dollar Tree, but they're like the spicy kind. It's like in a red package, the spicy noodles. It's not ramen, but it's like spicy noodles. I love those. It has like, it's like in China, like the words are in Chinese, I think. I love them.
Earth. So it's a weird, I don't get it. But one thing I noticed is a 5-pack of ramen noodles is a little unorthodox. Usually it's a 6-pack. So my suspicion flares are flaring. Is it thrifty or shifty? Answer. Okay, we might be splitting hairs here because ramen is already so goddamn cheap, but you can get a 12-pack at a standard grocery store for $4.99, which is over 41 cents a pack. So this is thrifty, but with a pretty big asterisk. Keep in mind that these bigger packs of ramen do always go on sale. In fact, while I was writing this, you could get a 12-pack of ramen at my local market for $2.99, or a little less than 25 cents a pack. So,
Damn.
whatever. Frozen pizza, number 4. This was one of the most shocking items I found in the store, because each one of these pizzas is $5 each, with
God damn, at that point, you might as well just go to Little Caesars and pick you up 2 boxes of pizza. Like, for $5, you could buy a Little Caesars pizza.
it's a supreme pizza, but it's still a fucking frozen pizza. And it's not even DiGiorno, which is like the best one. So survey says thrifty or shifty, and I thought this was gonna be a slam dunk for shifty. No way could anyone in their right mind charge over $5 for a Red Baron pizza. But sure enough, they do. This same thing is being sold at my local grocery store for $5.99. $1 more for Red Baron. What happened?
Dude, at that point, you might as well just go to Little Caesars. You could pick up a Little Caesars pizza for like, well, I don't think it's $5 anymore, is it? Like a regular cheese pizza? I don't know. I know it used to be $5. I don't know about now.
Happened to this country?
Dude, anytime I eat pizza, it has to be stuffed crust. I will not eat pizza if it's not stuffed crust.
Not how we win this game, folks. I feel like we're losing, no matter what we do. How did it get so dark? This was supposed to be a fun history lesson about the dollar store. What's the next segment? Oh, good. The section is called The Human Cost of a Dollar Store. Fantastic.
What?
Dollar stores aren't always a value for consumers, and they often hurt local businesses. But guess what? They are awful to their employees. 92% of Dollar General workers earn less than $15 an hour.
Dude, that's what I was saying about earlier. Because I remember on Indeed, I was looking for jobs. And, like, I saw the Dollar General because it popped up on, like, the recommended or whatever. Dude, it said $7 an hour. What the fuck is that? Dude, making $7 an hour, even if you work, like, 40 hours, dude, you ain't making shit.
Which
you can make more at a discount. Like, you can make more working at a fucking thrift store than that.
Just in case you weren't paying attention, $15 an hour is not livable anywhere in the United States anymore. You could be in
And it's not even just that, like I said, $7. Most times it's not even $15.
Kansas and you're not only are these staffers underpaid, but they also have to work with the bare bones staffing. Oftentimes, dollar stores only have 2 people working at once. And that makes things really complicated considering that they're always trying to sell balloons at the front of their store. Just one parent trying to buy a balloon for their child that they love will
Dude, just go to Party City.
completely over an entire shift at Dollar General. Not to mention that since there's only 2 people working, you basically have to do everything. You ring people up, you stock the shelves, you clean. Go to any grocery store, they have like 40 people doing all those jobs. There are people who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year who don't even work remotely as hard. Former dollar store employees report being expected to work long hours with little or no overtime. So not only is this wildly exploitative, it's also extremely unsafe. Without time to take care of stocking, the merchandise piles up in the aisle. I don't know if you've been to a dollar store recently, but it looks like a fucking bomb went off. And federal safety inspections have repeatedly found blocked exit routes, fire hazards, and unsafely stacked merchandise. In 2024, Dollar General...
I don't even blame the workers for that, though. Like, because if you're getting overworked and you're not getting paid enough, you're gonna be too tired. I don't even blame them. Like, say, for anyone that has ever worked a 9 to 5, I used to, dude, I was so fucking tired, and they used to do like the same shit with that. It's like if they're understaffed, you would have to work the person that missed out. You would have to work his shift for the same pay. Like if someone couldn't make it to work, I would have to cover his shift and my shift, and I would only get paid for my shift, not like double. And dude, I hated it. That's why I quit.
Paid a $12 million fine to the government for workplace safety violations. And nothing changed. They were just like, yeah, we do that shit. Here's the money for it, but we're not it's way cheaper to just not pay these people than it is to pay you guys, so fuck it. But a blocked exit is the least of your worries at the dollar store because of their...
How the fuck, if you're a customer, how the fuck are you supposed to get through that? You're gonna have to like fucking James Bond it. You're gonna have to be like James Bond and parkour yourself over there.
Lack of security and small numbers of employees, they get robbed all the fucking time. There's any 50-50 coin flip. If you walk into a dollar store, it's currently in the middle of a mugging. In Dayton, Ohio, 81 criminal incidents were counted by police at dollar stores in 2023. And while the majority of them involved theft, several of them were robberies. Robberies are incredibly common at the dollar store. And I know they're an easy target because they got one dude called Todd running the shop, but how much money could you squeeze?
Nah, if I was looking at Dollar General and someone did that, I would even try to stop them. If they're not like pointing a gun at me, I don't care. Especially if I'm not getting paid enough, I don't care what they do. As long as they don't have a gun up to me or something like that, I don't care.
He's out of a fucking dollar store. I'm sure they have $20 in cash behind the register, but man, they think
yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like $20 in the fucking cash. Probably not even that. Like $50. What are you gonna do? Still $15?
Might be worth it because people fucking die a lot during these. According to data from the Gun Violence Archive, 172 people have been injured in Dollar General stores since 2014, and nearly 50 have died. That's too many. I mean, death is always a tragedy, but we're averaging 5 a year here. One Ohio Dollar General employee named Dave Dukes actually experienced 3 armed robberies, so many that the company sent him to other stores in the region to train employees on how to handle themselves while a gun is being pointed at them. But after his 3rd robbery, Dukes hit...
Be like this. Take what you need. I ain't gonna try to stop it, especially if I'm not getting paid. I'm not gonna try to fucking stop that dude. I'm just gonna give him what he wants and then call the police after they leave.
His limit, and he started bringing a gun to work. I don't fucking blame him. And of course, he got robbed again at Dollar General, and he fucking shot the dude and killed somebody. All of this over cotton candy Faygo. All right.
Yeah, like, dude, if he got arrested for that shit, no. Like, I feel like at that point, you would have to bring a weapon with you. They can't say shit about it.
This is bad.
Oh my
God,
God,
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words
This was not as fun as I thought it was going to be. We got to make this fun. Okay, goofy dollar store names in other countries. That's more like it. Okay, we'll end on a fun note. We'll just talk about this, how the Europeans name their dumb shit. In Germany, you get 1 hero shop, which is pretty boring. Japan has 100 yen shops, which is kind of fun. I don't get why Asian countries have denominations of money that are so much, though. I don't get that. Like, they're like, oh yeah, that hamburger costs 1,400 yen. Just make it 14. Take a couple zeros off that bitch. I don't know why we do that. Like South Korea, 1,000 won shop. Like, make it a dollar. Why? Just
Mr. 1,000. What?
cut the zeros off of it. Vietnam, 10K stores. You see what I'm saying? Dollarama in Canada. That's fun. That's a fun one.
To be honest, that one looks as close as a Dollar Tree in America as it can. Like, if you took off the Walmart, that's literally a dollar store.
The UK used to have a 3-penny stores, which sounds dumb, but now they have Poundland, which is where I took your mother last night.
Dude, what? They named it Poundland? Dude, did they not stop to think, like, what are you naming this? What? Poundland? That sounds like an old name for a McDonald's, not a store.
And of course, Poland has,
I'm gonna try my best to pronounce this. Wazistoko R50. I don't know.
I have no clue. I don't know. Chris, put it on the screen. I have no f***ing clue how to say that. There's a 5 in there. 5's watch. Nothing like a little xenophobia to take the edge off. But before I go, I want to make one thing abundantly clear. I don't think it's bad to shop at the dollar store. I don't think that's a bad thing to do. And I'm not shaming anyone for doing it. You guys aren't the problem. That's absolutely fine. Sometimes you can really stretch your George Washington shopping at these fine retailers. However, I think it's important to realize just how these stores work, and that's by feeding off of our misery. They give less, they charge more, they destroy small businesses, and create practically death traps. As one retail researcher expertly put it, what the dollar stores are betting on in a large way is that we are going to have a permanent underclass in America, based on the concept that the jobs went away and the jobs are never coming back, and that things aren't going to get better in any of these places. So on that super fun note, thanks for watching Big Talk. New videos every Saturday and sometimes Wednesday. Like, comment, and...
That was an interesting video. I'm gonna like it. I like it. Dude, yeah, like, I feel like Dollar Trees help because they, like, it's cheaper than not McDonald's, God, cheaper than Walmart and stuff, but also, like, yeah, I mean, it's like, for one, they gotta pay their employees more money. $5 or $15 an hour isn't gonna do it. At least put, like, fucking $17 an hour. Well, actually, no, that's too much to them, honestly. I feel like the reason that they, pay the employees so little is to keep the business running. But it doesn't make sense because they said that they make like a shit ton of money every year. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, follow me on my Instagram and Facebook, in my channel description, and stay safe. Also, I am going to be posting a video probably tomorrow, continuing the Little Nightmares. If you watched the second video, you may have realized that I had my mic muted. I apologize for that. My OBS Studio was not working, so I had to use this other software, and it, for some reason, muted my mic, but the game audio was working, so I apologize for that. Ignore that, but part 3 is going to have the audio back. Anyways, stay safe.